little did I know what was going to happen in 2020, that we were just going to have this giant C-word pandemic thing happen, and I was like, well, I guess, me hoping that other people would have a great year didn't really happen, because, a lot of people lost.
You jinxed it. Everybody blame Jason.
Yeah, please blame me. I deserve it. Go follow, go mention me on Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter, and then just hop into his replies and DMs and be like, dude, you fucking ruined 2020.
Yeah, just
he would
quote tweet however many tweets I have, and just feel like, yo, this is your fault. Like, this is the dude. This is quote tweet and subtweet me as much as you can. Just do whatever you need to do. Welcome back to the Untitled Underqualified Podcast. This is episode 8, and this is the final live episode that we will be doing for the year 2020. It is December 17th, 2020, and it's currently 9:33 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. Today, we have a special guest in your upper left-hand corner of your screen. We have the good old CircleHerk today. He is joining us for our final live show of the year. As usual, you got Finn, basically the primary person here for this podcast down at the bottom, and then CircleHerk is the secondary. I'm just a tertiary. I'm just here. I'm just here trying not to screw up another intro here. But
Jason's just a pretty face.
Occasionally, when I'm not, throwing up at a bar or anything. But
that was you?
I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
So wait, what's today's date?
Today is December 7th. You were trying to get me to screw up. I know you are. You're trying so hard.
This is the sixth podcast.
It is the 6th podcast, and it's December 6th. Sans Justin, I am sure about the date. It is December 17th. Unless Windows is lying to me, it is December 17th, 2020. Thank you again for your support, Sanch, for throughout the 8 episodes that we've had. Also, I missed a follow last time. I missed a couple of them that I just want to make sure I get this time around. I'm not sure if they're here in chat yet. Moto Don Fan. I'm probably mispronouncing it. I apologize. And then
Mud the Don Fan, and Sweetly Dying. I missed those 2 follows last time, so I just want to thank you for your support. But yes, we have CircleHerk, special guest today. You can find him on Twitter at CircleHerk. Left, we have his overlay, his Twitter handle up there on the left side, underneath his beautiful face and his beautiful. I appreciate the art background that he has today. It's wonderful. Probably the best background we've had the entire year out of anybody. Hey,
yeah.
Hey, do you not appreciate my sofa back there?
Is that a sofa or is that a love seat?
Yes.
I've learned the difference. I guess I've learned this year that there's a difference. Apparently, there's a difference between the love seat and the couch. I've always just called everything that's like longer than one seat a couch. But I've gotten a lot of crap from people about this. That's a love seat. Like, okay, fine, it's a love seat.
Every couch is a love seat if you do it right, gentlemen. You know what I'm talking about.
We'll see if that actually happens.
Your couch is not a love seat. I don't know if it's a good enough couch, man.
I
I'll have to try it out sometime. I'll have to try it out. Maybe after this
give it a shot with your couch.
After this pandemic ends, maybe I'll download some of those wonderful apps that are out there.
Man, what you got to do is you got to go to Facebook Marketplace and look for all of the newly divorced moms that are selling wedding dresses.
I thought it was kind of funny too. Like basically, after I had broken up with my, or not, I had broken up. I had gotten broken up. I just want to make that clear. Because there's there's a difference. But after we split, Facebook was like shoving into me, and it's weird because I didn't even have like a relationship status on my profile picture at all, or like anything like that. But it's just like, hey, meet singles in your area during this time of like love or something. Stop pushing Facebook dating to me, please. And it was pretty funny because when you would search it up on Google, or if you just search up Facebook, one of the first results was Facebook dating. And then, you know how like when it autofills results, it attaches a picture to it too? So it autofilled to Facebook dating, and this picture is a picture of Fortnite. It's like this is why Facebook dating is not for me. It's not for me.
What, man, there's nothing that I want more in this world than a nice Fortnite girl.
Yes, I need to be taught how to floss on my love seat.
Isn't that what you use them for?
Maybe I've been doing it wrong the entire time. I don't know. CircleHerk, you got anything to add to this?
It's weird that like someone would break up with you when there's so much cake.
Oh.
I mean, I made this. It's probably backwards. I don't know how.
No, it's good. The only person that's backwards in the stream would be me because it's running off of my computer, and like Discord's like, we're gonna mirror you, but we're gonna put everybody else normal. But I appreciate the cake.
I think that you're the most handsome out of this podcast. I don't know why Finn gets all this love. It's pretty ridiculous. And in fact, a little insider baseball here. Before we started the stream, we actually looked the best, and Finn had to like go change his.
You're right.
That's true.
You are right.
I had to go fully change.
So let's get real here.
I'm not even wearing any pants right now.
I mean, that's just how quarantine life has been.
It's
like,
just
I need to wear pants just in case the cake has to be shown again. But I'm glad CircleHerk has brought his cake that I don't have to show my own cake. So
You're welcome.
Giving your cake rest.
We have gotten that out of the way. We have gotten those cordialities. I don't know that whatever words I guess. We got those out of the way. So what do we got on the lineup today, Finn?
Oh man, tonight we got an absolutely great show. We have two of the greatest burner accounts in CircleHerk Twitter. We have CircleHerk and we have Jason. Here to talk shop.
Finally, these two tyrants come meet head to head.
I'm pretty sure the only thing that I've really like contributed to anything burner like is me calling out Ohio State and their playoff chances basically.
Hey, they deserve it.
Goodness gracious!
I can't see. I'll save that. I'll save that for later.
No, Ohio State's gonna make it no matter what. We all know this.
Bought and paid for.
It's the playoff committee was made to make good championships happen. Ohio State's not going to give us a good championship. What they'll do is they'll give Alabama a championship. And then we're going to get a good semifinal in Notre Dame-Clemson because Clemson will probably beat Notre Dame. I say probably because Notre Dame's a good team.
I think they will, though, because they actually have Trevor Lawrence back now.
Yeah. He's definitely
and he does play for Clemson and not North Carolina.
Oh my god.
We need to create a blooper reel of all the fuck ups that I've had this throughout the past 8 weeks, and maybe put that out sometime because there's so many. There's so many. There's a 2-week stretch where I was just like, what the hell? And I think maybe it's because that was like during like prep week and finals week for me, where my brain was just kind of like mush. And I had also been shown some very terrible YouTube videos of Kay's cooking. Apparently, I don't know how to describe Kay's cooking. Just look up Kay's cooking on YouTube, and it's like
Kay's cooking.
whoever's in chat or whatever, just look up Kay's cooking.
And then
No, don't. Do you want us to not have any more viewers?
don't look it up now. Look it up after we end the stream tonight. But like, just keep that
No,
in the back of
don't.
your
Do you
mind.
not want us to have any more viewers?
I don't know.
They're gonna be like, why did he give this to
It
me?
just depends. Actually, you know what? This is what we'll do. Finn. Hey, what's up, Austin? This is what we'll do. Is that I will, say these things, and then next year it'll just be CircleHerk and Finn just running the podcast from now on. It's just this is ploy. It's like, so the reason why we have CircleHerk on today is like, I don't know how old you guys are in chat or anything like that, but if you've ever watched Blue's Clues, remember when Joe came in? CircleHerk is Joe and I'm Steve, so I'm just I'm heading off to college, and Joe's just gonna be watching things around for a while. So this is why it's the changing of the guard is what we got here.
It only took 8 weeks for me to get rid of him. It's got to be some kind of new record.
A new record.
For all the things that you may have messed up, I'm gonna make up for it tonight. I'm gonna say that this guy played for this team. It's not gonna make any sense, so nobody's gonna realize that you ever messed up. It doesn't matter. I don't base anything in like factual evidence, science, statistics. It's all a feeling for me. So like if you think somebody plays for North Carolina, yeah, he does. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know. You might be right.
Are you Larry too?
Me or CircleHerk?
Hashtag we are Larry. We are all Larry.
We are.
Wasn't there there was a hashtag I thought going around like I am Cyclo Larry? So like
CircleHerk started.
CircleHerk started.
I picked up on
nice.
it.
Yes, CircleHerk tried to start it. I think I got like 2 retweets.
I retweeted you, and then I retweeted myself using the Around the Corn account, and that picked up a little bit of traction.
Yeah.
Welcome in Emily D86.
Oh man! But for those of you that don't know, CircleHerk is a burner account on Twitter.
That is actually what you see in his profile picture. I'm gonna throw a curveball to you guys real quickly. I am going to bring up his Twitter just to show you real quickly what to expect when you see it. If I can, figure out how to use OBS here again.
Oh, never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget the Cyclone bandana.
Oh no, I actually need to buy one. If Amazon would make one, if your team would get good, then I could I could slap it on this thing. But until then, I have to superimpose the logo on there.
Look, man, I'll tell bearded coach Matt Campbell that he needs to get good quickly.
So on the very tiny bottom left corner of your screen, you'll see CircleHerk's Twitter, and he just pulled up his profile picture in person that you just saw just a little bit ago. He had. So there's that for you. Yep, there it is. The wonderful. It's adorable and scary at the same time. I don't know. It's.
I like the human teeth.
It's definitely uncanny valley. It's like a teddy bear with human teeth and human eyes. It's actually a gift that I got from my girlfriend a couple years ago, kind of as a joke, kind of like boyfriends get girlfriends teddy bears and flowers and chocolates and stuff like that. And I was like, well, my girlfriend's not really into that, so let's get the most disgusting thing you can find. And I got it for her, and it was actually for me. It turned out she hated it, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to throw this away. Let's put a Hawkeye bandana on it and change my Twitter profile name, and I'll just become this. What you guys consider burners, that's
right.
Fine. I call it what would I call it? Like a comedic account, or just like a
It's a parody account.
Parody account,
or a satire account.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm still fairly new to the Twitterverse, so I'm not sure what the. I don't even know what.
I have zero problem at all with the fact that you're a burner account. I think it's you're funny, you don't beat around the bush. The fact that you probably have more respect for just people trying to get a reaction than anybody else astounds me.
I don't know what Twitter is for if it's not for that.
Like,
I think if you're taking it too seriously, well, that's what I was doing before CircleHerk became a thing. I was taking it way too seriously, and you spend hours like fighting with people about their opinion, and once I became like this fake account, not only was it healthier, I think, it was actually more me. I could actually then I could be myself and not have to like worry about what thing. And it wasn't like visceral. Like I wasn't like a dick to people. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people. I think the burner account things comes from people hiding behind an avatar or a fake name. For me, it was like an avenue to be like, no, I'm gonna be more funny. There's not gonna be like this limit on what I can do. I can be more kind. I can be more funny. I can do all these things that maybe I was a little apprehensive about before. Right.
Yeah. And like me, I used to. So my Twitter handle has always been Skeet Out, just because I've always liked the name. It's my as my Discord tag. It's what I use in most games. That's my Steam profile, like official name. Although Jason can attest, it's currently a picture of a blue-haired anime girl, and my name is Rim. We don't judge in this household.
I never once judged. I just had to make sure, like, this is you. Like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
They say that actually having an anime profile picture makes you 10 times better at games. So I was like, you know what? I'll give this a shot. I'm still super garbage.
I was about to say, like, it hasn't worked for you yet. Maybe there's
not worked.
Maybe there's like a growth period that needs to happen, or
maybe it's the fact that I play everything left-handed. I don't know.
It could be that too.
But Sports Mom, fully equipped with vodka and fruit snacks. Yes, that's how you do it. That's how you watch this show. You find alcohol as much as you can. That
actually is. We encourage relaxation. We're not this like super serious like, oh, we're like, we need to cover this topic in this amount of time, bam, 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 or we're not going to be like, we have no script. One of these days I will take that camera off of my monitor and show you my desk, and you could just see that there's like absolutely no script. We have no script. We have an outline that we haven't followed at all throughout the 8 weeks, and it's just, in my opinion, it's kind of just worked. We wanted to create this very laid back scenario of just like, you know what, you guys can just sit back, relax, and laugh at us, or specifically me. Laugh at how bad I am.
Do I have any fireball left?
Dude, that's what I gravitated. Yeah, I gravitated towards this podcast like because of that. Just because it was just, it's so loosey, you know, like do whatever you want. Oh no,
I've got just a little bit left. Let's see it.
I noticed that. I'm like, oh, you need to make a run. You need to make an alcohol run.
I've got what I need for the night. If I do need more alcohol, it's just in my garage.
You come by to Ames, baby. I got a bunch of apple pie left over from Halloween.
Hey, I might need to take an Uber over to you then.
Come on by. Address is in the chat right here.
Oh yeah, I'll drop his address here.
Drop my addy in.
Yeah, there we go. It's there we go.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right?
That's it. It's actually next door.
There it is.
Oh,
I have dropped your address, your Ames address here in chat.
Oh, I know that place. That's right across from Estas, right?
Estas. Are you guys? You guys are young guys. Okay, I got about like 10 years on you guys. Do you guys remember the old radio commercials for Estas? It was just this. It was this drunk girl. Bless her soul. God bless her. It was just her going, Estas, and that was it. And you knew that you had to go drink.
I do.
Do you remember?
I remember hearing this my freshman year. I'm like, what the hell is this?
They were still playing that. They were still playing that like 2 years ago.
I was like, that was like one of the first things I heard when I was like driving around Ames. I hear "Estas."
I guess that's where I'm going. Yeah.
I was always a big fan of AJ's, just because I knew a couple of the bartenders there and some of the guys that worked at Ben's liquor store.
Right.
So I was always a big fan. I could just kind of walk in and be like, "Yo, what's up?" And then everybody would be like, "Yeah," because obviously they were hammered. But
I don't have any funny bar stories, I guess, other than just, you know.
Oh, dude.
You puking in front of me. You
Other than that, that's probably the only it being in Outlaws and just, you know.
Funniest story that I have doesn't involve a bar, but it involves a frat party and my old roommate. So, oh goodness, it was me, Zach, my girlfriend, and his old roommate Andrew. We were chilling in Kyle and I's room. You remember Kyle, right, Jason?
Yeah, I do remember Kyle.
Met him like once or twice, right?
I've met him once, but I've seen him like in person a couple times, just because he was usually in like a different section of the student section with football games than where we normally sat.
Right. He so he goes to a party at Adelant, and he comes back. Dude's gone. He's gone. Apparently he tried to flip a car. Tried to recruit people to help him flip that car when he realized he could not flip the car.
Was this Visha?
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be. He probably thought he was at Visha.
Choose your adventure at Iowa State. He said he was like, I was trying to bring Visha back. I'm like, dude, you're not bringing Visha back. Not with that attitude. You know what? Fair enough.
I wasn't there for this, but I could totally see him doing that and saying that.
And oh man, these two guys come in, and they're all like, "Yo, we live on 5th floor. Come get us. We're in room like I can't remember what room they said. You know, we're in this room. If he doesn't wake up in the morning, come get us." I'm like, all right, sure. 15 minutes later, Kyle gets up off of our futon. You remember the futon?
I fell asleep on that one time.
Yeah.
Is it behind you right now? Is that what I'm looking at?
Dude, I wish. My girlfriend
Sorry.
ruined the futon. My girlfriend ruined the futon by sitting there with her feet like in the middle, so that the spring ended up pushing through the bottom.
What the fuck?
Just she sat like that so often.
I mean, if you see my background, that is a futon that I sleep on. So, and that's got to be hard to do. I mean, granted, I'm a skinny guy, but still, like.
Dude, but he gets up off the futon. He looks at me in my bed. He goes, I'm gonna shower. I'm like, all right, bud, you need any help? And he's like, yeah. So I help him get into the shower. Didn't see anything because he.
No, you held it. We all know.
No, he refused to take his clothes off.
Oh, fully clothed shower.
Yeah, he just decides to get in the shower and the water's running. He's like, I have my clothes on. I'm like, yeah, you sure do. Like, I'm gonna go. You can just take them off and toss them right out, man. I'm gonna do that. So I just hear wet, just splat, 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 splat. And it was so funny. Because probably 3 hours later, I hear, "Ah! Why is there so much?" He hadn't left the shower. He'd fallen asleep.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how come nobody was watching? I mean, I understand why nobody was watching him, but you gotta come in.
Do you want to watch Kyle naked in the shower?
No, I don't. But like, I would just be thinking, like, 15 minutes later, I need, yo, you good? Like, just knock on and just like, you good? And if I don't hear anything, like, he either passed out and might be drowning and might be dead, or I don't know.
Yeah, he.
Though I've never been at the showers in your building, so I don't know how they actually work.
Sad stress, and you are right about that. Jason's cake do be thick, with like 7 C's.
But CircleHerk's cake is just so much better. It trumps my cake. It trumps mine. I have no.
I drew it, and then I made, because I know Finn's into anime, so I made the eyes like this.
It gives it personality.
Nobody cared. No one cares. All right. This is what happens when you prep for a podcast. Is no one gives a shit. We're talking about some guy named Kevin who Kyle took a shower with his clothes on. No one gives a shit about this.
Flooded our entire bathroom.
Well, now this is actually your fault, because if you were a good friend, you would
have checked on him.
Gingerly taken all of his clothes off like a real man
and washed him myself,
and then carried him into the shower. So really, this is your fault.
I should have washed him. You are right. You've got me pinned.
You just needed to give him the whole good old sponge bath.
You've got me pinned on that one. I should have just cupped the balls.
Got you again.
And washed him.
Got you again. It's just like Twitter. Fucking got you again.
Dude, okay. I want to bring up that tweet. That tweet about how you just keep trying to get a reaction from me, but I don't bite.
No, well, okay. No, of course not. That's bullshit. But that's why I tweeted too. I was also like anxious to go on the podcast, and so I was just like, well, Finn hasn't talked to me in forever. I'll just tweet at him and say a third of my tweets are just to like get a reaction out of this kid, and like he never does. And
I feel like people come after me to try and get reactions all the time, but
yeah, but that's because you're an asshole. Like you think everything's about you. Everything's about you. You know.
You're not wrong, dude. I take on so many burners all the time.
Would you wake up at 8:00 in the morning and just to tweet at somebody? I think that might get you in some hot water. They're like, okay, we need to get a reaction out of this guy, because if he's doing this crap. But that's how you work. That is how you operate. So,
but to defend him, that's how you get followers.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, we were talking about the whole like CircleHerk like burner account thing. Like, I'll give credit to Cyclone Larry, rest in peace and praise be.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
yeah, twice.
He's exactly the reason. He's the catalyst of why I did what I did, because I was just like, look, I'll just do this then. And it's not going to be anywhere near what he did, of course, or she. I don't know who runs the account.
Larry's a he.
Well, that's not what she said, but exactly. That's what you do. For me, I was just like, I don't give a shit whether it's a burner account or a real account. Like, that's what I want. I'm trying to do that. Like, I'm trying to be, trying to just be positive. I'm trying to be fun. He got me. That's how the whole thing started. He got me. God bless you. Bless your soul. He got me. He straight up got me. I thought he was serious, and I tweeted at him, and then he responded with, this website is free. I can't believe this website's free. And so I DM'd him, and I was like, "Are you like, is this fake?" And he was like, "Hey man, I'm just this guy. I won't give too much away." But he gave me a little insight into the account, and it was like a light switch went off. I was like, "Oh, you can do that?" I was like, "It was shit. It was shit. I'll just change my name, because the account that I have, CircleHerk now, is just my old account. I just changed my name. That's all it is." So, but yeah, exactly. That's the game, and like either you decide that it's going to be a good time, or you decide that it's going to be a bad time when you log on in the morning. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. So
I go purposely searching for fights.
Yep.
And every fight, 90% of what I respond with is usually just memes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And when the New Year's episode comes out, that's exactly what he was doing when I was talking. So at sometimes he's just like off screen, kind of just searching, for people to pick on. Like that's how he lives. That is how he lives. He probably does it in his sleep too. He probably dreams about these plans that he comes up with.
Dude, I will wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I'll think of somebody that I'm gonna try and pick on.
Oh, I do the same thing. I'll go to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'll wake up at like 3:30, and I'll look at Twitter and I'll go, okay, that's right. You should either write this down or try to remember it, because you're gonna go to sleep and you're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna forget it. But this is important. You know,
right.
Type it up as a draft tweet beforehand, so when you wake up in the morning, you can send it.
Exactly. And I don't. I always fuck it up. That's why my tweets are so trash. It's because like I just come out and I just like, so it just turns into like a stupid dad joke or about frozen pizza or whatever. Like,
dude, I've planned out so many of my tweets for so long. I try so hard to hold myself to such a high standard, especially since I've got like the three biggest accounts that have helped me like recently be Ryan, obviously. Ryan kind of gave me a platform, period. Austin was in the chat earlier, right?
I believe he still is. He is still here.
I hate the fact that over 60% of my followers are from Iowa fans.
No, don't, because I'm the Cyclone Hawkeye guy. Like it's great. It's fun.
And it's because of Boston.
So that's why CircleHerk follows me then. It's because like, oh, like he's a Cyclone Hawk guy kind of too.
Well, I'm just a no bullshit guy. So I was going to tweet earlier. One of my biggest pet peeves. I'm more annoyed by bitchy Hawkeye fans than I am by any level of Cyclone fans. Like we all know that every fan base has like a shitty representation. Everybody knows that, but I'm more pissed off when Hawkeye fans act a certain way or don't get a joke. Every time somebody doesn't get one of Finn's jokes, I'm like, okay, well, then you're.
It was the same.
Get the fuck out of here! Get smart, dude, because that's my team. When I'm more upset when my team is being annoying, and so I hold my team more accountable than like anybody else, I guess is what I'm saying.
There's a specific tweet that I remember from Cyclone Larry about, it was just, Cyclone Larry is just one giant troll account. It's just, he's like he was the reason why I was alive for some periods of months, because I was just like, I gotta get on Twitter today to see who he's trolling today. And there was he trolled. It was both the Hawkeye fans and the Notre Dame fans for when the Cyclones were facing the Fighting Irish at the Camping World Bowl, and he ended up pinning this tweet. It was like bowl losses, like it was just these stupid stats that like are clearly just, this is just troll, this is just joking around, but so many people get so angry about it, like they take it so literally, like, bro, it's just a joke.
That was me. He did the same thing to me. He said something, I don't even remember what it was, but I lost my fucking mind. And I thought I was being like this cunning, like coy, read like a subtweet his shit or whatever, and like quote tweet it and like say it, and then like he commented with like, oh man, I can't believe this website's free, and then like I said, like a light switch just went off, and I was like, oh shit, like you made me look like an idiot. A lot of people never have that moment. A lot of people never go through that realization where like the light turns on and they go, oh shit, like this is free, and I should just constantly be joking. I love a lot of the Cyclone follows that I have because a lot of them are super funny. I hated for the longest time. I hated Ryan. I didn't like it. I couldn't figure him out for the longest time. I was just like, this kid's not smart. I'm saying that right? I don't want to like Finn. That's right. Ryan. Yeah. I was just like, I don't get it. I don't think that it's funny. Like, I don't think, and I don't think that he's smart. And then one time he did, he did a video of him. It was just the phone was just on him, and he was saying about how, really, you're gonna come at me with a burner account? Come on, bro. Come the fuck on, bro. And I took a screen cap of that, and I put a little thought bubble that was like, come the fuck on, bro. And I sent it to him, and he immediately was like, that's fucking hilarious. And the fact that he could laugh at himself, I was like, oh, well, that's me. It was like holding a mirror up to yourself and just being like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? Like, once you see yourself and other people, you're like, oh, well, then this website's easy. This website's easy. Yeah.
Ryan today was talking. He was like, guys, how many of you have had your like sense of humor shaped by like It's Always Sunny or Seinfeld or The Office? And I was like, I have literally never seen any of those shows. He was like, how? He was like, how do you mesh so well with us and you've never seen any of those shows? And I was like, dude, somehow you guys find my shit posting funny.
I feel like shit posters should also probably watch the Eric Andre show, because it's just a bunch of it's a bunch.
Okay. Now we're talking because you're talking about Eric Andre. I'm a little bit older than you guys. Tim and Eric's awesome show, great job, was a little bit before Eric Andre, but it's the same. It's absurdity. It's absurd comedy, where you view it and it's just like. It's one of the things, dude. Okay, so Tim and Eric's, for example, like you're flipping through the channels late at night on Adult. You don't know
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. You don't. At 10 years ago or 15 years ago, you didn't know if that was real or not. You were like, "What the fuck did I just come across?" And exactly, absurdity humor is like that's my cup of tea. Like I love it so much, and I think you're absolutely right, Jason. It's one of those things where if you don't get it.
You don't get it.
Buy a book on it, because
go to Books A Million and get shit posting for dummies.
Yeah, exactly.
No, go ahead.
I just don't understand. Like you have to have an open mind with this platform, and you have to just be like, easygoing, not take it super seriously. Just like how you. Like I use the Eric Andre show as an example because, like, he
shot Hannibal Buress.
Yeah. Oh, if you've seen I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you've seen the most recent episode, he thought he shot Hannibal Buress.
He comes back.
He thought he did. But you have to view it with an open mind and realize, like, yeah, this isn't real. This is just all fun and games. That's all it is. I'm gonna quote Filthy Frank here. It's just a prank, bro. That's all it is.
Dude, the people that I look up to the most in terms of like just memeing around and having fun would be guys like iDubbbz, Filthy Frank. For those of you that don't know, I'm really into esports, competitive video games, and I love the organization Cloud9. They have the best social media manager out there. I think I've already explained in the New Year's episode what he did. He got fired from his first social media management job because he made a joke referencing a former player's threat to kill somebody. And it was really funny because it took a really shitty situation and made a joke out of it.
Right.
Like trying to turn it around for the organization. The organization was like, nah, we don't like that. No. So he got fired. And that day, another organization came up to him and said, "Come work for us. Let's do it." Now he gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to just dunk on kids on Twitter.
Well, and it's also not just about dunking on people or trolling. I mean, because it's okay if like everybody gets that, if everybody gets the joke, but it's also like being kind. See, my best Cyclone jokes, like when I dunk on Cyclones, it's always about me first dunking on the Hawkeyes. Like it's always self-deprecating type of thing. In fact, one of the first times I was ever like crucified on Twitter was like, I think it was very early on when I started the CircleHerk thing. It was in the summer of 2020, obviously just this last summer, and it was when Iowa was going through all the racial stuff for the football team.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of Hawkeye fans that were saying, if the players kneel, I'm going to sell my season. I'm going to sell my season tickets, and I'm going to go buy tickets for Iowa State. And so then I said, what do you think Iowa State's going to do? All they do is copy the Hawkeyes. Of course, they're going to kneel too. And Iowa State Twitter lost their fucking minds. They were like, we don't just copy the fucking Hawkeyes. And I'm like, dude, I'm making fun of Hawkeye fans. Like, yo, Ryan, Ryan was one of them. It was like Ryan. It was a bunch of them. Sorry, I don't mean to call out Ryan. I love Ryan now, but
Ryan, you're the only one.
It was everybody, and it wasn't even his fault. It was because they didn't know that context. There was no context for it. They just thought all they heard was me saying Cyclone fans copy Hawkeye, or Cyclones copy Hawkeyes, blah blah blah. And I was just
Ryan just kind of jumped in there.
Yeah, I was trying to make fun of Hawkeye fans, and like it just that happens all the time too on Twitter, because people just, they don't know how the website works, or they just didn't see it. They just didn't catch it. It's not their fault.
Right, right.
But yeah, I'm just like, yo, I'm piggybacking off of my like original tweet. So it happens all the time.
Dude, I will say, like, the thing that I hate the most about Iowa State is Iowa State. But the thing that I hate the most about Iowa is the fans.
Ooh. Go ahead. Yeah.
Iowa State hurts me so often. And
the university.
The teams, whatever. Okay. Just the body, the entity that is Iowa State just hurts all the time. But at the very least, the fans hold a lot of optimism. That's always, like struck a chord with me.
Right.
Even when, like, the year that I came to Iowa State, 2017, everybody was like, we got high hopes for football this year. It's going to be pretty sick. And I was like, oh, so like, how'd the team do last year? Were they won off a bowl? They're like, no, we won 2 games.
Technically 3. I just want to pull that out there. Just technically 3.
Are you?
Was there a forfeit?
Don't say where you're from, but you're not from here, right?
No.
But is it like a bordering state?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. But like, then the football team gets good. We make a bowl. Everybody's like, hold on, what? What? And then we make another bowl. And everybody's like, hold on, what? And the worst part is, Iowa State fans, as of right now, aren't cocky yet. Like, okay, the ones that I interact with. Maybe not the ones that interact with you.
Yeah. Right.
But a lot of Iowa State fans that I know aren't cocky yet. Partially because our basketball team's ass.
Oh, God.
So bad. And it's entirely Prome's fault.
We're going to finish in the basement this year.
It's going to be so bad. We're going to finish probably below freaking Kansas State. That's not a good thing.
Yeah,
we lost to a
fucking
D,
lost to
D2
them.
school.
We lost to K-State recently.
By a good amount. But on top of that, our football team hasn't seen recurring success on like a grand scale. We finished 7-win seasons consistently, but suddenly this year we have a lot of success. And yeah, I don't think that anybody's expecting us to replicate it, year in, year out. But like, we're still positive about it, and I love that. Our fan base is great to me, except that we take everything so seriously. Pisses me off. Like, what was it? Larry tweeted out something about Iowa with a cardinal and gold uniform today.
Oh yeah, today.
So somebody else, an Iowa fan, tweeted out Iowa State with a black and gold uniform.
Right.
And a bunch of Iowa fans were like, I like it. I don't know why, but I like it. And I just responded to everyone, I also like Iowa State's original colors. Because those were like the university's original colors.
That's my issue, is that so many people don't understand that like black and like gray and like the neutral, I guess, colors were originally Iowa State's colors, but they just didn't know how to put it on a uniform, so that's why they chose cardinal and gold.
Black, silver, and gold. But anyway, Iowa fans are my biggest problem with Iowa. Because Iowa fans refuse to let anybody have anything ever. Anybody. They will go after Wisconsin. They will go after Ohio State. They'll go after anybody. And it's like, why? What are you doing? Like Nebraska was celebrating a really, really good recruiting class. Actually, they had the third best recruiting class in the Big Ten one year.
Unbelievable.
It was crazy, right?
Didn't they do it again like today? Like they just had like a great.
They always have a really strangely good recruiting class,
and yet they can't beat mediocre Iowa.
It's so weird that they have a good recruiting class, because I'm just thinking like, who would want to play for Scott Frost? That's my mindset.
Look, man, 4-star tight end from my high school was recruited by Mike Riley, but Scott Frost took him on with a full ride athletic scholarship for football. 4-star tight end. He was told his first year, you will never see playing time as tight end. He plays center now. He is the starting center for Nebraska. I feel like that explains a lot of the issues that we have.
Did he clap a lot?
Well, he used to look at the sidelines during football games whenever he made a big play, and he would just go,
yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Guys, calm down.
No, I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But Iowa fans, like, Nebraska will be like, yeah, we had a really good recruiting class, and Iowa fans will be like, we beat you. It's like, okay.
Boy, but okay, yeah, I got it. I mean, yeah, you've got me on for a reason here. I mean, I've got to push back a little bit, like
a little bit.
Let's talk about first off the color scheme. I was born in 1986. All right, you guys were born in the 90s or the 2000s. I don't know when the fuck you were.
90s. I'm not that young. I'm not in the same
It's
millennium as the D'Amelios.
I'm actually technically older than Finn, so.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Well.
Only physically.
It's coming out. It's all coming out. I mean, look. I spent when I was in like first and second grade. PE teachers would divide us by just to make it fun. They'd be like, "Who here is a Hawkeye fan?" And we go, "Yay!" Who's a Cyclone fan? Yay! And we'd split the teams differently. I would lie and say that I was a Cyclone fan because I liked the Cyclone colors, cardinal and gold, better than I liked the black and gold. I would lie and say that. So for me, honestly, and for me, when you guys do like a blackout game or a throwback game or whatever, I'm like, and then I was like, okay, well, the whole thing, we're like, oh, you guys are copying the Hawkeyes, blah blah blah.
Right.
I'm like, haha, that's funny. And then Cyclone Twitter comes back and goes, no, it was actually our original colors and this and that. I'm still confused because to me, the Cyclones have always been
right.
Cardinal and gold. And I'm one of the few Hawkeye fans that would say, I love that color scheme. I'm not one of those douchebags that goes, oh, you look like McDonald's. Like, that's stupid. Like, your guys' basketball jerseys are fucking rad. And I love the short shorts. I love dude, for real. Like, I wish that the Hawkeyes played a little bit more off of that idea or whatever. So
I 100% agree. The white basketball jerseys are my favorite because
I love the white football jerseys. I love the white football jerseys, dude.
Those are
whites are so sick.
Mm-hmm. So,
and also your football team is good. Okay? You don't have to do the crutch of wearing these all black uniforms.
I want
your football team is going to win games if they wear fucking pink and a rainbow on their fucking helmets. Okay, your football team's good. Stop wearing black uniforms like, oh, it's lucky. Oh, it's lucky. Shut the fuck up, dude. You guys are good. You guys are a top 6. You guys are at least top 10. At least on a bad day. You guys are top 10. So don't fucking say we need to. Who gives a shit? Black's a great color. Everybody looks skinnier. I'm wearing it for that same reason. Like,
why do you think I'm wearing white?
Because you're too small.
I'm so glad you mentioned that though, because like my roommate or one of my former roommates, he was saying like, I hope we wear black for the if we make
we
the
lost 2 viewers when you said Iowa State's good at football, by the way.
Clip it.
Hawks bad. But my former roommate said, like, I hope Iowa State wears black if we make the championship game. I'm like, I don't, because, like, honestly, it's the luster of it is kind of wearing off. Like, I was at the game, the very first game. I believe it was it was October something, 2018. It was a game against West Virginia where they wore the all black uniforms, like black jersey, black pants, and all of us in the
that was the year we had the red in the helmet.
We had all black helmet though too.
We had it was our normal logo on the helmet that year.
Maybe that year.
I trust Jared Larson's spreadsheet.
For the West Virginia game?
It dates back all the way to like 2016.
Well, yeah, they had the red, but like for this game, for this specific game.
Yeah, because we only wore black one time that year.
Yeah, and that was it. That's what I'm talking about. Is that there was the first game where we had all black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, and all of us in the student section were like, "Ooh, what's this? What's this out here today? They looking sleek." And that's when we beat West Virginia. Like, I think they were ranked number 6. CFP wasn't out yet, so it was just the AP poll. They were ranked number 6.
Will Greer was a Heisman favorite.
Yeah, and after that, he was out of the conversation, out of the Heisman conversation. And so that kind of just started the trend of like, oh, we're going to wear black for these special games. And so that's kind of happened. But now it's like, I don't want them to wear black for the Big 12 championship game. I want them to actually use their I want to see them go back to their Paul Rhodes era, cardinal and gold, not the all red, but like the cardinal with like stripes of gold in the jerseys. I don't know. I like those uniforms. Maybe it's because I also graduated from a high school that uses the colors cardinal and gold, so I'm kind of just accustomed to it.
Biased.
I am biased.
Fake news.
I would actually pull out one of my high school tennis T-shirts to show you the actual like colors we had. But like, I'm glad you brought up like we don't need to wear black, because we really don't. We don't need to wear black. It's just a special aesthetic thing.
You're good. That's a good football team coached by a good coach, great players, great fans, great atmosphere, and that's bullshit. I mean, it adds. What you're doing is exactly what Cyclone fans do to Hawkeye fans all the time on Twitter. They buy into this bullshit of relevancy. Fuck Hawkeye fans. Cyclones are good at football.
Somebody clip this. Somebody please clip this.
I've been saying it for fucking years, dude. Love and hate are essentially the same thing. The opposite of love is being indifferent. The Cyclone fans always talk about Hawkeyes. Stop talking about the fucking Hawkeyes. Fuck the Hawkeyes. Be indifferent. You guys are good. You guys are great at football now all of a sudden. It took a while, and the Hawkeyes beat you 5 times in a row with your new coach or whatever. And guess what? I'm ride or die. We probably would have won again this year.
I agree.
Even though you guys are just because it's the Cy-Hawk game.
Yeah, it's El Assico.
That doesn't matter. The Cyclone football team deserves to be top 6. They're a great team. They're a great coach team. Great fans because it's the Midwest. It's Iowa. So. And you don't need to fucking wear a goddamn tiger hawk on your helmet. You just be you. You're already great. Everybody's bought into it. So
not Reese.
That's my opinion.
Davis.
My opinion doesn't count.
Not Reese Davis. Reese Davis has not bought in yet.
Reese Davis is not bought in.
Fucking Reese.
Sanch Dressen, I'll get to your question here in just a second, but I will say I think that we do need to wear black, and for one reason. It's not because it's lucky. It's because the players get to choose when they wear the alternate uniforms. At least they do this season. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but they do this season. And wearing the alternate uniform gets them just more hyped, more than anything. And so I think that we do need to wear black because it just kind of gets the players going a little bit more. Not because it's lucky. I'm sure some of the players definitely believe.
I would say that it's kind of one and the same. I think that like if the team
gets the players going.
I'm a baseball guy, so I'm very superstitious. So I totally get if the players want to buy into it, if the fan base wants to buy into it, I'm all fucking for it.
Yeah, I agree with both points.
I'm just trying to give a little thing like that.
Right.
You guys are,
I love yellow or gold or whatever you want to call it with another color that isn't black. Like Baylor. I like Baylor's colors. There's so much you can do with green and yellow, in my opinion. Or like, what's the school out of Arizona? HPVU. Sorry, no, ASU.
HPV.
HPVU. I was gonna say Arizona State. They have golden cardinal.
Right. Like, and they're red and yellow, and if you look at their uniforms, it's pretty sick. It sucks that they wear Adidas, but whatever. It's or like UCLA, the baby blue and yellow. That's sick. Yellow works well with another color that's not black, in my opinion. Because otherwise, you just kind of look like the Steelers. Otherwise, you just kind of.
I get it. All right, yeah, Hayden Fry made us look like the Steelers because they were good. Okay, everybody gets it. But again, that's one of those things where, like, when I was a kid, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then at some point, I was just like, who gives a shit about colors? I'm here for the team. I'm here for the fans. Right. I'm here for the environment. So,
I mean, as somebody who toured Iowa, right? I have nothing against Iowa. All of my beef with Iowa definitely comes from the fans just not letting anybody have anything. Like, there was a discussion.
Wait, we have to talk about that.
Rick,
Iowa not letting.
Very quickly, I want to mention, when you mentioned Hayden Fry, I want to say rest in peace, Hayden Fry. You were a great coach. Even as a Cyclone fan, I can acknowledge your greatness. Rest in peace. Rest easy. That's all I had to say.
Yeah. Was that today?
I think today is the anniversary.
I do believe. Yeah. That was. Again, I was born in 1986, so that's huge. Just the whole culture completely shifted. The quick story. Obviously, everybody, all the Hawkeye fans know this. Maybe your Cyclone fan base doesn't know this, but when he was brought in to be the coach, he was at one of the games, and he saw how crazy and loud the fans got when the team got a first down. And he famously said, imagine what they'll do when we get a touchdown. Because we were so shitty, we were so bad that when we got a first down, people were like losing their goddamn minds. And Hayden Fry was like, imagine what they'll fucking do when we get a touchdown. So, anyway, sorry, I thought it was pretty cool.
Mad respect to that. I love that.
Oh, but okay, but what's this? Hawkeye fans can never let anybody
have anything.
Okay,
so
this is
I remember, and this is way back in the day. ESPN had all of their college football, talking heads coming around and talking about who is the greatest college football team of all time. All time, single greatest team to ever be. They came down to 2 Nebraska teams, and I understand that I'm biased coming from Nebraska. I know I'm biased.
I knew we'd figure out where he's from.
Man, you got me. Hey, your guesses were just too good. Tell you what, I get that I'm biased about it, right? But these 2 teams that they came up with are the 2 greatest Nebraska teams to ever be. It was the 72 Huskers and the 90. It wasn't 97. Those Huskers kind of sucked, if I'm being honest. Big 8 was really weak that year.
Was it 96?
Just say
it was the 95 Huskers.
90 and then whatever, and then I'm
right.
sure. It
was the 1996 one loss. The 95 national championship Huskers. The last year that they had Behringer before he died in the plane crash. He, what was it? We had Frazier who could run, and Behringer who could pass. Because Frazier couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. No, that's a lie. He couldn't hit an open field if he was standing in it. He was very bad at passing, but Behringer was pretty much spot on. He was projected to be a first-round draft pick. He was incredibly good at the pass game, and he was very smart too. That was back when Nebraska ran the triple option, Tom Osborne, all that stuff.
Where
Bob
are we going
Devaney.
with this?
Bob Devaney was the coach of the 72 team, and he's considered one of the top 10 coaches of all time, along with Osborne. I'd put them up there with guys like, who's the one that coached at Notre Dame?
Matt Campbell.
Right. No, he's Michigan. But ESPN, all these talking heads were like, these are the 2 greatest college football teams of all time. And you had Kirk Herbstreit throwing a big old hissy fit, talking about Ohio State needs to be in there. Rah, 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 rah. And then Iowa. I can still probably go back and find so many Iowa fans that are pissed about that. I don't even know if they're talking about Iowa needs to be up there. They're just talking about somebody else that's not Nebraska needs to be up there because Nebraska lives too much in the past.
Right.
It's like, okay, but this isn't Nebraska talking about this. Wow, Nebraska sucks now. We beat Nebraska. How many years is it now? 6, 12, 14 years in a row? I don't know. I lost count.
It's just an infinity sign.
it's just a line. Keeps
it's
going.
An 8 tipped on its side.
I'm like Nebraska sucks now. And Nebraska fans will bring up the past because that's all we have. But then Iowa fans won't even let Nebraska fans have that. Or Iowa State fans are really good. Our team's really good now. Iowa fans won't let us have that.
Find better fans. I mean, again, it goes back to the whole Twitter thing where it's just
and it is entirely just the fact that
I'm not saying I am not perfect at all. In fact, don't go follow me on Twitter because you'll figure out I'm the biggest dumbass that ever was. But
those are the fun accounts.
But it's true. The whole color scheme thing. I had a tweet today that was I just shared the official Iowa State.
That's your most recent one.
Yeah, this is the most recent one. I was just everybody has a goth phase. I'm not.
Dude, Carson King replied to you with
Right. Because I'm just like, be smarter. I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out to Hawkeye fans and Cyclone fans and just people that are just kind of in my orbit. Like, if you're gonna make a joke, if you're gonna slam somebody, make sure it's smart. Make sure it's not like the basic bitch way. Don't be like, oh, they wear the Hawkeye uniforms. We've heard that. I've heard it a billion times. I
was gonna just real quickly. I was just about to say, don't be a certain Twitter account, but I don't really know if I want to mention the name John here.
Don't be fucking John Squires.
Okay, I'll let him mention it out there.
You know about Waterboy Boucher, right?
Oh, love him. He's actually, we DM all the time. We talk about you guys.
Really?
No.
I was like, man, this dude.
I have a lot of I have a lot of guys that you guys. I watch it. I see it. I see you guys go head to head with these guys, these accounts, and I'm almost more mad at you than I am at them because I see like the quality of tweets that you guys put out versus the quality of tweets that they do. Again, it goes back to love and hate are equal.
Right.
Be indifferent. Don't talk to. It's just this thing that you can just brush off your fucking shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna.
I swear to God, the only reason that I talk about the Hawkeyes year round is just because it gets me followers, it gets me numbers.
Dude, you had my top 3 Hawkeye accounts tweet. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
It was me, Austin, and Holly.
Holly. I love Holly. I don't follow her, but I stalk her account religiously.
Yeah. I gained 20 followers from you tweeting that.
You're shitting me.
I'm not shitting you. What does that mean?
Dude.
I'm almost okay, I've got like 480. I'm almost to 500. But when you said that, I gained like 20 followers. Back when I was like 400. It doesn't make any sense. Jeez. So when are we going to talk about frozen pizza? Because I know that this podcast is fucking over, and we have yet to talk about frozen pizza.
We'll get to that.
Jason got on the chat. And he was like, "So, how long were you thinking about going tonight?" I'm honestly, man, I've had a shitty day. I'm just gonna kind of talk till I can't talk anymore.
Real quickly, right, well, let's answer Sans Dresden's question of how many uniform combos there are, because we haven't answered that question yet. Isn't there just there's 3
we have
primary
3 pants. I think we have 3 pants, 3 jerseys, and we have I want to say 5 helmets.
So multiply those all together with 3, 9, 45 combos.
Ish.
The goddamn genius, folks.
Engineering.
That's why you subscribe.
Because, well, what is it? So, okay. So, as somebody who's got a little bit insider information. Okay, so I know for a fact that they have 4 helmets this year that could be. Jason, you want to show us the cake?
No, I'm not doing it.
No, we don't need to be demonetized.
I did it.
It'll be the cake will return in 2021, maybe.
But what is it? So this year they could have up to 4 helmets custom mold. That would be for guys like Brock Purdy, Breece Hall, and I think Mike Rose. Are at the very least those 3 will have custom molded helmets from Rydell.
Mike Rowe, the dirty jobs guy?
Mike Rose.
He likes it. He laughed. I saw Jason laugh. He gets it.
Mike Rose, the doing your team dirty guy.
I don't follow tennis.
Mike Rose breeds turnovers.
Oh shit. Okay, real quick. You remember last week when you had XC Girl, by the way? I don't know if she's watching.
She hasn't come in yet. I haven't seen.
She was so great. I love that episode. If you guys don't know about it, watch last week's episode on YouTube. you guys were talking about Jason about how your high school. There were people that had sex. People were having sex in the hallway, and then I was like, yeah, same, bro. Except for I was homeschooled. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever said. And thank you, Finn. Thank you for reading that live or whatever. But I was crying, I had to step up. I never sleep because I was like, that's peak. I've never been.
That was so good. I could not handle it when I read that.
But my girlfriend, my fiance, was like, "Stop trying to take over their show." Stop trying to outdo them. And I was like, I'm not. I'm just trying to contribute.
We live on chat interactions because it provides more. It provides more to the show. So we're all for that. We are all for we're not gonna just don't say the gamer word. Just don't say that at all. So
don't say the gamer word.
Don't say the gamer word.
I felt so bad.
Oh, it was great. It was.
Dude, I had such a hard time keeping it together after you said that. I really did.
My brain wasn't really working that day. I think as the intro had could tell.
You were doing great. I thought that the reason
Jason was starstruck from having such a big Twitch streamer on the show.
You had a lady on, and she just so happened to be a famous lady, and so I understand that. I understand.
Women make me nervous.
You got your wham and
I got my respect wham and juice right here.
We're not even gonna go into that. I'm just picking on Jason at this point.
It was that's also the New Year's. The New Year's episode is, and you saw a snippet of it when we opened up the show. That's the New Year's. That's part of the New Year's episode. It is a stacked.
What clip did you show?
I showed the show. I showed the whole 2020 is my fault thing.
Yes,
about
it's true.
But
it's true. I quote tweeted one of Austin's tweets blaming you. You didn't even fucking like it, you prick.
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. It was late at night, and I didn't really know what I was reading. I didn't.
Does he like tweets? I mean, come on! I'm putting out gold over here. This motherfucker's never even touched any in one of mine.
I have to tag him in most things to get him to even interact with.
I don't know. There's something. Right. There's something in my brain. It's like I have to keep my likes, the number of likes, under a certain number because of how small of an account I am. I think if I grow, maybe I'll start liking things more.
That's that's what happens.
You think you're small? I'm busy trying to fight verifieds at 140 followers.
And you've done it. You've done it.
Stop bragging. Stop bragging.
Dude, I tried to fight Casey Smith, and I won. You know what her entire argument for the SEC being good is? Well, my championships.
You fucking fought Jordan Bohannon and you fucking lost. How about that?
Yeah, I got blocked. Unfortunately, I think that means I lost, right?
I don't know. It was really unfortunate.
Getting blocked means you just lost. Oh man, here's the permanent L.
It was unfortunate what we watched before we went live. That was.
Oh my word.
That was unfortunate what we had to watch.
Okay, so
I haven't watched it all the way. I have to watch it. How about this? The chat may hate me. They probably hate my fucking guts, but I will rewatch that entire thing and I'll come back on and give my honest opinion on it because I watched about 5 seconds of it. I love Jordan Bohannon. I love him. I watched about 5 seconds of that thing and I started getting itchy. I was like, ugh.
we need to do a reaction video to that video because I'm a neutral guy here. I don't know really much about it. I am just the host, the neutral host here. Finn is the hardcore whatever he does, basically anything.
Hardcore troll shit poster.
Yes. So on the topic of Bohannon, he fucking hates his guts. And then you love Bohannon, and I could just be the neutral guy and be like, oh, let's see if we can get something like the presidential debate going where we're just interrupting each other the entire time. And I just have to try and get control.
Bohannon. Austin got followed by Bohannon.
Yeah, that's funny. Austin put that in here.
Austin's gained probably 300 to 400 followers based off of just being followed by Bohannon.
Yeah, Austin, didn't Bohannon quote you sometime?
That's my point.
Bohannon's doing great things for the needy, I tell you what.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember, and it's been brought up to me multiple times how Bohannon's done so much people by raising money for charity. Well, okay, this is a genuine question because I don't know. Isn't the only charity thing?
I'm not gonna know. I'm pretty sure that the only charity thing that he's done is auctioning off the shoes that he left on the court of Hilton Coliseum after he went 2 for 11. I'm not gonna answer. I have no idea.
I don't know. Austin could probably answer that question.
Maybe or maybe not.
But I remember when a guy from Iowa State got $1 million for charity, and he had a bunch of Hawkeyes mad at him for tweeting a joke from Tosh.0 that just so happened to be, I think it was racist.
Well, see, there you go. Is Hawk? You insert the word fans, and all of a sudden it just becomes a complete bullshit. It turns out humans are stupid, dumb as shit. Doesn't matter who they root for.
No, it's true. It's true. I can't deny that. I think the issue is the fact that he went to Iowa State. So there was a certain set of humans that were predisposed to reading the Des Moines Register and being like, yes.
Oh, there's a list. I've got a giant list of Hawkeye players, current Hawkeye players, who I don't like.
Really?
Yep.
That's wild. I've got a pretty solid list of Iowa State players that I don't like, and it includes most of our basketball team.
If you follow my Twitter account, you'll realize what.
So as I asked Austin this when he was on the show, then I have to ask you, since you're a Hawkeye fan. I guess I just ask, even when I'm out and about, if I'm meeting a Hawkeye fan, I always ask them this question.
Even when I'm out and about, Jason's just at the grocery store, see somebody wearing. I gotta ask you a question.
And that question is, what are your thoughts on Brian Ferentz?
You're gonna love this because
Chad, get ready then.
I actually watched the Austin episode, and his answer pissed me off so fucking much. I love Brian Ferentz, and here's why. Here's my tip.
Oh, you have reasoning behind it. Hot snot.
I consider them halftime Hawkeye fans. These fans that I think is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where there's these people who they're so super sensitive. They watch the game, they have the game on the TV, and they're on their phone, and they just fucking tweet like rabid. And every single play, that's not what I would have done. That's not what I would have done. That's not what I would have done. And at the end of the game, we won. We won by 30.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up about the fucking offense. Are you fucking stupid? Dude, did you watch the bowl game last year when we absolutely changed the culture of USC football? Did you watch that? Because I did, and I was fucking laughing the entire time. Nate Stanley ran for 50 fucking yards on QB sneaks. Our O-line,
that pissed me off.
Our O-line was out. It was unbelievable. If we fucking lose a game in the first half of a game, but then end up scoring more points than the other team in the second half of the game, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. There's tons of teams that would not only love to have that coach, but there's also tons of teams that would love to have those fans. Every single game we won this. So we lost the first 2, and then we won 6 in a fucking row, right? All those teams that we beat 6 times in a row, they're dying to have Brian Ferentz as the fucking offensive coordinator. So I mean, yeah, I don't see it. Does he piss me off sometimes? Absolutely. But what do I think about him as a coach? W's. And not only wins, we win by a lot. Not ASMR, guys. We win fucking absolutely a lot. We win by so much.
I had to ask because every Sunday night I try to watch Sound Off on WHO 13, and there was a period of time where a lot of Hawkeye fans were calling in and complaining about Brian Ferentz, and so like there's just been ingrained in my brain this like there's this general consensus of hatred towards him by Hawkeye fans. So I just want to know. I want to know exactly where everybody's head stands at.
Yeah, I think I'm I think I'm alone. I think I'm alone in this. I'm the only. Well, I mean, I've put it out every single week. For 6 weeks in a row. I've been the only one who's put out, who's called out Hawkeye fans. Who's just been like, shut the fuck up. And I'll receipts. Like I'll put receipts on Twitter and be like, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to shut up.
Dude, I hate personally, and I'm saying this as unbiased as possible because I have mad respect for Iowa as a program. Nothing against them as a team. I think that Brian Ferentz is a really, really bad offensive coordinator. I think that he's consistently getting saved by a single person. And I'm going to give you 2 guesses to guess who you think that this person that I'm referring to is.
I'll stay out of this one. This is all yours, CircleHerk.
Saved by a person who's on the team?
Yes.
Phil Parker?
No.
Oh, so players. Okay,
yeah.
Can I
okay,
start over?
yeah, okay, yeah. Players.
I was going to say our defense is the one who's saving. Yeah. Our defense is going to score.
100%.
Okay. So offensive players? Are we talking about player? Was it player? Player.
I'll just say player. Yeah.
Don't answer. Tyler Goodson. No.
Brian Bulaga.
All right, hold on. I don't even want to say it. Okay, so I already said Goodson. I'm going to say the second weapon from the offense. Maybe I shouldn't even say offense, but anyway. Amir Smith-Marset.
Is Austin right?
Torrey Taylor.
Austin was
Who?
right.
Punter.
Oh, okay, wait. Of course. I can't believe I fucking...
Because the punter is consistent. You guys' punter. His name's Torrey Taylor, right?
Yep.
He's consistently putting teams inside of their own. I'm going to say 25 because that's a good punt usually. When the offense fails to gain significant yardage because Petrus, Austin, Torrey Taylor.
I was going to say,
I'm a Torrey Taylor fan.
I was wondering if
I can't believe I fucked that up. I'm so sorry, Austin. That's so stupid.
Petrus seems to forget that you guys don't play high jump for a sport, and that your receivers actually need the ball thrown to them to catch it. He's definitely a better quarterback than whoever's behind him. I'll say that because I get the feeling that he's QB1 for a reason. But yeah. I was shocked that you didn't get it because I know that you made that graphic.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing. Of course. No, well, field position is...
And your defense is capitalizing every time.
Exactly. That's why I said Phil Parker first up.
Right.
I skipped over the fact that you have to start at your own fucking 5. Good luck starting at your 5 with this defense. Yeah, exactly. So Thank you, Austin. I'm so sorry. Yeah, of course I would name 2 offensive stars. Although Smith Marset, like, God damn it, what the fuck?
He's a good player.
Smith Marset is
until he did a goddamn front flip.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was
broke his
dumb.
goddamn legs. Like, whatever.
Smith Marset might be the actual stupidest football player I have ever heard of. And I'm not talking like, he's just not book smart. No, dude's stupid.
Talented. So talented.
Same guy.
Goes back to the huddle and like grabs our quarterback and like shakes him and goes, "What the fuck were you doing? What the fuck were you thinking?" I love that in a receiver. I love that because the quarterback's not just the most important guy on the field.
Right.
But when he's got a wide open thing and he snaps his goddamn ankle, I'm going, shit. You should have fucking thought about that though. It's cool. It's great though.
I remember the announcers during the game were like, "That was not a smart move. Don't do that."
And it was like snowing.
He went into the locker room. He came back out in a boot, and he's like laughing as he's limping. And I go, "Oh, you laughing? Are you having a good time?" Yeah, we got to play Michigan.
Real quickly, a yeast-infected WAP, you might want to get that checked out. They're asking, what's this podcast about?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, how should we answer this? Because it's about everything.
Look, man, we're just talking about whatever. We're talking about apple pies. We're talking about frozen pizza. We're talking about punting being winning.
We talk about apple.
We talk about
pizza.
Everything.
We'll get to frozen pizza. I'm confident.
Anything. We will get to frozen pizza today. We will.
Oh, I'm confident about it. I will find a way to segue it super smooth. You guys won't even notice.
Just like right now.
But
it's my fault.
It's my fault as the neutral host or whatever. Put the blame on me. Go tweet at me and say it's your fault.
Oh, I've got big news. I'm excited to share this with everybody. I'm done landscaping. We finished tonight. I'm super excited. We finished with our fall cleanups. Guy that subcontracts my labor is gonna finish pots either tomorrow night or Saturday. Greenery in pots for businesses and some rich people. And that's not worth having somebody else there that you're paying for their labor, really. Because it's not like I could do much. It's like, oh, you want to go get me two white pines? Okay, sure. Spend a minute walking to the truck and back. That's not really worth it. So I'm done landscaping for the year, and I'm super excited about that. That also means that I have a source of income cut off.
So let's like and subscribe this video.
So everybody like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Make sure to follow the channel.
That fucking like button.
Oh, we forgot to put out this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends and Raycons.
No.
Raycon.
No, actually, I prefer this video sponsored by Adam and Eve.
No, we're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned.
Does that really?
I don't know how Twitch changed a lot of their rules. So
okay.
So I will type in to chat a list of words, just one word that I know, or a couple words that I learned today. I was watching XC Girl stream earlier today, and she basically gave us like a rundown, like, yeah, you guys can say it in chat, but us as like creators, we can't. So I don't know who's on. I don't know if you guys are on stream, but these are newly banned words.
But you can't use them in emotes.
Those are the newly banned words that I know for sure. There's just a couple. That's just a couple.
Lots of matza. Dude, I would take a sponsorship from Lots of Matza. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
We go. If we actually start growing, we need to maybe think about. Hey, people need to start sponsoring us.
Oh, dude, we could just reach out to small businesses and be like, "Yo, $20. That's all it takes."
Did someone comment about Lots of Matza? Is that how you got
So comments. You know,
who was it? Who was it? Because This is important.
I could get, maybe Westtown Pub to get, like, hey, we love sports, we love football, and we love the Cyclones.
Dude, Around the Corn's got a real estate dude that has sponsored ad reads.
Estas.
Yo, Estos, hire me. I will make you a new commercial if you just pay me $20 an episode to throw it in. That's all it takes. Dude,
it's gonna be a real bummer when they fucking have to shut down.
And it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's a shithole.
Why? I mean, fuck. I can't even go outside. I definitely can't go to the fucking bar down the street.
Dude, I haven't been to Estos in years.
The last time I went was during the Iowa caucus. That was the last time I went.
Oh, that was great. Do you remember the Iowa caucus when everything ran so smoothly? That was so awesome. I mean, big ups to our government. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Good job, guys. Nailed it.
Yo, CircleHerk, by the way, Mel says that Lots of Mots is going to sponsor your life.
Mel is a hussy, and I think she knows that.
How do we segue from that?
Speaking of hussies, I've heard that hussies like pizza.
I've also heard the same thing. I heard the same thing.
Well, no, I'm kidding.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. You're just gonna say no. I love Mel. Mel's one of my best friends, and obviously, if you're following me on Twitter, you know Mel. Mel's got like 1 billion followers, and I've only got like 400.
I need to follow. If I actually had,
dude, I feel like you're like me, where you look at your followers constantly. Sick.
It went from, like I said earlier, like it went from like 120 to like 300 because of like changed the name.
I'll do it right now. I will follow Mel right now.
Yeah, follow Mel. Mel's the best. Mel's way better than me. She's way funnier.
She's not wrong. She says you're not wrong.
No, yeah, she's amazing. The reason I don't like Lots of Matzah is because it's disgusting, and people, for some reason, people love paying $10 for this frozen pizza from Wisconsin that tastes like shit, and I think that the only reason they like it is because everybody else says that it's good, and they've never had it. Or they've had it and they say, oh, everybody else online is saying it's good, so it must be fucking good. I better tweet about this. And then so I had never had it, and I ate it, and it's fucking absolute trash. And then I said on Twitter, it's garbage, and all of a sudden people are like, yeah, you're right, it's fucking, it's, but I could never admit this to my family because it's the cool thing to do.
They'll disown me.
Mel says, now you are wrong. Now you are wrong.
Well, what did she say that about? Because I said she was cool. She probably said I was wrong because I said she was cool.
No, she's
okay. Right. One can only assume. One can only assume.
Everybody hit 3 in the chat if Mel's awesome.
Dude, my favorite frozen.
Let's talk about favorite frozen pizzas. Let's go.
Okay. My favorite frozen pizza. It's not frozen because we never saved it, right? But you can freeze it, obviously. Papa Murphy. Papa Murphy's take-home pizzas are they're so good for the price because they were $7 for this big ass pizza. You could choose what was on it.
Doesn't count. I'm talking about frozen pizza. Grocery
then
store.
it's Totino's. 100%. I could literally just bake a Totino's, fold it up, and just
like a sandwich
through that.
Yep.
Easy. No, it's not even a sandwich. It's like a cracker with. It's like one of those peanut butter cracker sandwiches.
Sure.
That's what it's like. I absolutely just.
Jason, you're being awfully quiet.
First of all, he didn't like my Papa Murphy steak.
I didn't, because I've had Papa Murphy's.
Look, this is my Twitch channel.
This is your Twitch channel. Yeah, like other people think they attack you on Twitter for your Twitch.
Right.
For the Twitch.
Oh, everybody attacks me on Twitter for my Twitch channel. And I'm like, look, man, my Twitch channel has 7 followers, and it's all because I used to play Paladins.
There's all the times that people attack him for the Twitch. Like I kind of want to hop in the replies and just say, it's not his Twitch, and just kind of like make them feel kind of dumb. Just a small comment. But
when that Polish sausage burner came after me, I 100%. I literally less than a second after I hit send on that tweet, I said something. He was like, "Oh, it's 8:16 in the morning. Why are we waking up now? You stream for 6 followers on Twitch or something? Like, is that your job?" And I work for a BD program in my local school district. Nice try a jab, though. 100%. Second I hit send, I thought to myself, fuck, I definitely should have said 6 is pretty damn generous, ain't it?
Yeah, we have...
Because I can laugh at myself.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you see it, CircleHerk. I poke fun at myself constantly.
No,
you can't.
Serious. No. You're a piece of shit, and everybody knows it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm a piece of shit that knows it. I will poke fun at myself constantly, because if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at others.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of comedy.
The best comedy comes from making fun of yourself. Look at John Mulaney. One of his best bits is making fun of the fact that he wanted a Jewish wife, because Jewish wives snag you all the time. He was like, I do things wrong all the time. Or like the Delta Airlines bit. Let's say we've got this fictional airline called Delta. And then he's just making fun of himself for being this non-confrontational little bitch. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself, who are you going to laugh at, like, feasibly? I laugh at myself all the time. That's why I laugh at Jordan Bohannon, the fact that he sucks at coming up with comebacks. Some dude asked him on Twitter, when does Jordan Bohannon turn 30? You know what I would have said? I would have been like, well, I turned 27 for the 6th time yesterday. That means you're what? Oh, God, what would you be? 32? Yeah, you'd be 32.
I'm not smart enough to understand that.
Yeah, you'd be 32. Get it? Because people eventually stop having birthdays.
I'm also dumb enough to love Jordan Bohannon.
No,
Go Hawks.
That's fair. I mean, my wit and knowledge only go so far. After all, I would cheer.
He is a Knicks fan. So you might want to question his intelligence.
I am one of the absolute biggest Knicks fans that you will ever find, and I will say it one more time. I'm so fucking pissed that we did not take Tyrese Halliburton. Not because he went to Iowa State, because we needed somebody that wasn't a goddamn 7th forward on our team. Dude, I swear to God, Luka Garza is going to go up for the draft next year, and you know what's going to happen?
What?
The Knicks are going to take him.
I can't believe that we haven't.
And it's just because he's National Player of the Year and he's a big man. Luka Garza is incredibly good at basketball, but I will say this. I will say this as unbiased as possible. He is good at basketball because he is big. He is slow. He is unathletic. And the thing is, he's going to get absolutely fucking clapped by Illinois. Maybe not Iowa. Maybe not Iowa as a team. But Luka Garza will be rendered almost useless by Illinois.
I think you're right. I think he is talented. I think he's big. He's slow. But I disagree. I think he is talented, and I think that he's got a soft touch. He could hit 18 threes for all we fucking know. But I definitely think down low he could get clapped by Illinois. Or I think Gonzaga. They play Gonzaga this weekend. I mean, that's
Saturday.
It's going to be Saturday. Insane.
I think I don't know about that game anymore. Just because Gonzaga,
Iowa State fans hate Luka Garza because he's amazing, and Iowa fans love him, and they won't admit that he plays ugly basketball. That was one of my other tweets. Where it's like, he plays ugly.
I love college basketball because college basketball is where you'll find some of the most passionate players. Not fans. Almost never fans, but players for sure. And the thing about Luka Garza is, and I like to look at college basketball very objectively. One, Jordan Bohannon is very overrated objectively. He's incredibly streaky, and streaky players are not what you want, right? Am I wrong on that one? I know that you love Jordan Bohannon, but streaky players.
Is Jordan Bohannon objectively streaky?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He is very much objectively streaky. Subjectively, he's an incredibly good 3-point shooter.
Right. You should be worried about CJ. That motherfucker can't miss.
Okay. Dude's on right now.
Sorry, Jason. Right, I'm so sorry, Jason. I know you're trying to wrap. Jason's trying to wrap this shit up.
I was just like stretching because I woke up sore today after going to the gym yesterday. I don't know why, but just sore.
Oh, I know why. I could tell you 30 reasons.
Well,
why.
you can. You probably can.
But okay.
And I know that 30 reasons was a jab at. I know exactly what those 30 reasons were.
But Luka Garza is slow. If you can speed up the pace of the game, you can take him out of it completely. Look at Iowa State versus Iowa, right? I would say that Iowa State lost because of Coach Prohm, not because of the players. Coach Prohm refused to let up on the pace, which is the right move, but he refused to keep up the proper rotations that he had in the first half. The first half ended really, really well. It was a really good game up until the second half. Genuinely. After that, Iowa pulled away completely because Luka Garza was able to come back. And in 17 minutes of playtime, he was able to do more than the entirety of Iowa State. Because they kept up the pace, but they weren't able to keep up the pace to the point where he was completely taken out of it. He had, 2 fouls in the first half?
Yeah, was that the game where he was benched like the entire fucking game, or was that
most of it? Most of the first half. He played, I think, like 3 minutes of the first half because he got 2 fouls. Because Iowa State was bullying him by just sending in 3 to 4 different players to just constantly harass him down low, and that was on offense. They were keeping up such a consistent pace. Tombstone pizza. Hold on.
Okay, we're going back to pizza? Is that what we're doing?
Tombstone is an underrated brand. I'm a big fan of Tombstone.
I'm going to go here to the pizza,
because Jason can talk on pizza.
I can't. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You aren't wrong. It's for the deep, in-depth sports, I'm not as well versed as I used to be. So
I'm not a big statistics guy, more so as I'm a very statistics are important, but
same.
I'm a very big when you really look at it, Iowa State kept up the pace, so Luka Garza was forced to play, ugly ball. Yeah. Except that the ugly ball caught up to him. And so then he was kept out of it. Guess what happened when he was out of the game? Iowa couldn't play. Against North Carolina, they kept dishing it down to him. North Carolina had to keep double teaming him because Brooks was in foul trouble for literally probably, I think, 14 minutes of the entire game. That's almost half the game.
Part of the game.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
And dude was in foul trouble because of basketball. The game is like defense, offense. It's all a thing. And I understand.
Williams probably told them, keep up the pace.
Right.
Brooks is what? He's a redshirt sophomore, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's a redshirt. He's a redshirt something. So he doesn't have nearly as much experience as Garza does, which means that he's probably going to get a little bit flustered. He's probably going to foul. And that's a subjective look at it, but that's the way that a coach needs to look at it.
Sure.
So then when Brooks was out, when Brooks was in, Brooks was absolutely just clobbering Garza because he was faster, more athletic. He was, I would say, better than Garza is. But he wasn't able to handle the pressure as much. It's kind of like how I would say that Adrian Martinez for Nebraska is a better quarterback than Luke McCaffrey. But he's not able to handle the pressure as much as Luke McCaffrey is, because Luke McCaffrey just kind of seems to have that cool head. Luka Garza has that cool head. Brooks didn't. So Brooks got himself into foul trouble. Suddenly, North Carolina doesn't have an actual big man that's able to guard Garza. And so they have to double team him every time it's dumbed down to him. Guess what? That's going to leave somebody wide open. Iowa's full of shooters. Especially when Bohannon decides that, oh yeah, I'm going to make shots tonight. You know, the player that everybody looks to on Iowa to actually make 3-pointers. You know?
Do you guys want to play Destiny?
I've never played Destiny.
Well, then what the fuck are we talking about? I mean, I thought we were all going to be friends and like play
Destiny 2 is free, isn't it?
Shoot the gun. Okay, well, how about what's the what's the car game where you fucking play soccer?
Oh, Rocket League.
Oh shit. Rocket League. I've got Rocket League.
I also have Rocket League.
I'm garbage. I'm so bad.
I'm so good. But you know what reminds me of it is that shut the fuck up about Garza and the Iowa Hawkeyes destroying your team and trying to pretend that, like, oh, there was a defense and there was an offense and there was this thing.
Dude,
shut up, dude. Come on.
Dude,
Come on.
Prom fucked that game so
I
hard.
don't. So okay, now, all jokes aside, I think that was one of my biggest questions, because Hawkeye fans do that shit all the time where a team loses and they immediately fire him, fire Fran, fire Ferentz. Yeah. They jump to that shit, and when they're like fire problems, like, yo, no, like, what are the accomplishments that Prom has had, and also just, I mean, it's 2020. You know, it's a weird fucking year. Your football team is miles ahead of your basketball team. So what? Your basketball team lost to the number 3 team in the nation. Like, who?
I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad about that. I was mad at the poor coaching decisions that were made. Where, like, dude, we were losing by how much? 15 points at this point. I would have put in Xavier Foster. You know what Prom said about putting in Xavier Foster?
What?
He thinks that he needs more time to grow outside of games. Okay, what better time to give him time to grow than when 15 points and have
garbage time?
Lose?
Yeah, and you put those players in during garbage time.
Well, that's the same shit that Hawkeye fans say about replacing Spencer Petras as a quarterback. Put in the fucking, this quarterback sucks. Put in the fucking new guy. And guess what happens? He doesn't, and the team wins. Dude, Spencer Petras, dude, if Iowa played Iowa State in football, the Cyclones would win. Unless it's just the second half of a football game. Petras is just like, huck it, chuck it, fucking.
I will admit, Petras is really good in the second half. Really good.
It's not that he's fucking good. It's that
you have really good
so
receivers and tight end.
It's that he's so fucking bad in the first half. You're like, what the? It's like, what the fuck is this? It's so It's like, where the fuck are you throwing? And then he's like fucking lacing it. Like, it's incredible.
Dude, the issue with Prom that I have personally, and this is somebody that's met Coach Prom. I enjoy him as a person. I'm going to count this year as, I'm going to say that this year is a whole season, right? Obviously it's not, and we could very well turn it around, but this season's not looking very promising as of yet. It's been the last 2 seasons that have been the issue. And when you look at his prior success, you know, last year he had Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton was number 12 in the draft. He literally should have been number 9. He should have been, no, not number 9. Sorry, number 8. He should have been the 8th draft pick. He should have gone to New York.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done here. I'm done with the whole.
No. If the Knicks weren't so shitty of a team in an organization, he should have gone to New York. But he went to Sacramento, and dude's living it up there. He's a starter. For fuck's sake. Come on. Prom has shown that he's really good at developing specific players, certain types of players, point guards mostly. Really good at apparently developing guards, period. We have THT. We have Halliburton. But when you look at the most successful era of state basketball, it was Hoiberg and the players that he recruited. And Prom had all of those up through 2017. 2017 was the last year that he had any Hoiberg. And you know how many times he's won the conference championship since 2017?
How many?
Once. And we expect that a lot more often. It would be like Iowa expecting a 9-win season and getting it once after Barons leaves. Like, you guys are used to 9-win seasons. 8-win seasons at the very worst. You know, you guys would consider that a garbage year, but, you know, acceptable. I mean, probably. I don't know. I'm not actually a hockey.
Aren't you?
But, like, if Nebraska...
a little bit.
If Nebraska got an 8-win season under Bo Pelini, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Sure. Whatever. You know, let's do better next year. No, I expected 9-10-win seasons every year under. I expect 2-win seasons under Scott Frost, if that's any indication of how Nebraska's doing. But with Coach Prom, we expect to at least be in the running for a conference championship every year. Last year, we lost in the first round. We're lucky the tournament got canceled. Because we're still the reigning Big 12 champs. Oh, quick question. Do tournament champions count? Do tournament championships count?
Technicality, yes. In a technical sense, yes.
If they make a T-shirt, then yes. If there's a
Okay.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
if you can buy a T-shirt, then yeah.
The reason that I don't have my real name on that question, because beginning of 2019, when Iowa State won the conference championship, you know, the tournament, obviously, because that was the year we had literally 3 conference regular season champions: K-State, Texas Tech, KU, and Iowa State's never going to be in there just because we're going to KU, probably going to lose to Texas Tech because they're a good basketball team. And that's it. Well, bunch of Hawkeye fans were out there saying that only national championships count. I was like, well, we have a trophy, don't we? And they just kept coming after me. And eventually they found my Facebook. I was like this close from deleting my Facebook. And that is the only reason that I don't have my real name on my Twitter account. My most successful name on Twitter has been Butternut Squash. That is where I have gained the most followers. I went from 17 followers as Butternut Squash to a little bit over 80. And I stuck there for like 2 months. I only hit 100 it was the day of the Texas game. November, what was that, 28th? I hit 100 followers. It was sick. Austin got me like 7. Austin's gotten me so many followers. I need to like send him a gift card to like Shields or something for getting me so many followers on Twitter.
I think Austin's still here, so you better
Austin,
you better
send
hold
me
him.
the Addy, dude. I'll hit you up. I'll get you something for Christmas, man.
We're approaching 2 hours here. I think we should probably get close to wrapping.
That was I was just hoping that, like, hey, if they cut me off at 45 minutes, I'm the worst fucking guest ever. But if they say, "Hey, it's been 2 hours, man," like I'm the best fucking guest ever.
We can go for, especially Finn. Finn can go on for all night, and he can. He can literally. He has stayed up all night at the conclusion of a podcast, like, and done another episode the next day.
We'll do
You thought it was one?
No, it wasn't just one. I didn't think it was
No,
one.
I did 3 episodes that night.
Oh yeah,
I'm so happy that you guys. So some people might be invited on this podcast. I begged. So yeah.
I'm gonna describe this.
Knows,
Do I have your permission to describe this interaction? Because it was actually like,
of course,
it made me feel so good. It made me feel so good. So obviously we're a pretty small show. We don't have an incredible consistent viewership. We don't have an incredibly low viewership, but we love those of you that do watch. Includes CircleHerk, believe it or not. And I highly recommend everybody, including CircleHerk, to go back and watch this episode. I watch back all of our episodes to see, maybe what could we have done better? What could, what jokes could I have made, hit harder? Stuff like that. It's always just kind of fun, kind of like a reminiscent, type of thing, especially the day after. When because I drink most of our episodes because I hate my life. And so I'll go back and I'll watch it and I'm like, I don't remember like that, but that's kind of funny. And CircleHerk, after the XC Girl episode, after we had Izzy on, messages me and he's like, "Hey, that was a really, really good episode. I that was sick. You guys flowed really well. Everything worked out really good. Thanks, man." And it kind of reminded me, and I didn't have to scroll very, but it was like 2 weeks prior to that. It was just after the Austin episode. Just after it. He'd watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, so to do a podcast,
Yep.
do I have to have a really good expensive mic?" And I was like, "No, you really don't. All you need is a laptop and a USB mic." He was like, "But do I have to have a USB mic?" And I was like, "No, not really. I've done interviews on podcasts that are actually, believe it or not, smaller than ours, for esports stuff. People, I've done podcasts with just Apple earbuds back when they used to have the aux cord plug-in, back before Apple decided, you know what, man, we fucking hate everybody." But I remember asking that, and I was like, here's a really good $50 microphone from Razer, company that I really enjoy. My speaker, obviously I'm using Logitech G Pro X headphones right now. I like the wires. Fuck wireless. I like wires. But my actual speakers for when I don't want to wear headphones. My girlfriend uses a bunch of Razer stuff. Her mouse, her keyboard, her gaming chair that I bought her is Razer. They're a good company. So I was like, I highly recommend this microphone. It's $50, and that's what he's been using all episode. And I think that the sound quality's been great. It's a little echoey, but there's not much you can do about that. That's just
the room.
Yeah.
There's a lot in my room that you can't see. That I've had to do some sound treatment here. It was worse before. It's
Jason
still not
sounds
great.
So much better now.
It's still not great, but it doesn't sound like just a complete echo chamber like it was before. This weird black square that you see behind me is soundproofing panel. Those are the last 4 I had because I thought, I was like, I only need 24. 24 should be fine. Nope, 24 was not enough. So I was just treated behind my computer, so behind the camera, and then
take a big old swig. Just chug a bit.
No, I'm listening to Jason.
That's all I had to say. That's really all I said. It's just like I ran out, but that's me being like he did it. But me being like a sound oriented person, kind of know these things. That's why I'm like I am really like that. I guess this is kind of relevant because this is our last live episode of the year, but and kind of like talking about how we've done this.
So awesome.
Yeah, how we've done this. Luckily, I'm knowledgeable on the technical side of things. The way we've been doing this is, we've been streaming from my end here in Ames, and we kind of just I had to do all these things to get set up for a podcast. It doesn't take a lot to be set up for a podcast, but we wanted it to not be garbage. And so that's why I went out and got the soundproofing panel. I got a 1080p webcam during a pandemic, and how price gouge has been, fucking just crazy.
His webcam's better than mine by a whole. What is that? 120, 220, 220p.
You have a 720?
280. Yeah. It would be 280p. I have a 720.
Yeah. So it's better resolution, but we wanted to make sure that it was going to be good. And it's just been actually I want you to finish your story, then I'll get back over to this. So finish your story on how this episode came about.
But CircleHerk had asked me, and I was like, oh yeah, here's a microphone. It plugs into USB, and I told him, we do this over Discord. I like how it shows the little green box to kind of show who's talking. Yeah, there it is. Itty bitty microphone. I tell you what, that's like something great, right? Not as great as that. But it will give you less nightmares. You don't need to I spent total of like $250. No. About $325 on my entire microphone setup. I've got a shock mount right here. Help out with some movement. I've got expensive microphone, Yeti X, because I like being able to customize everything in the same software that I customize my headphones and my keyboard. And I've got a name brand blue Compass arm. You don't need that to do a podcast. Just need a microphone and a laptop.
This is what I'm using.
Do it over Discord. It lets you adjust things through there. He was like, thank fuck. His literal words. Thank fuck. And then he said that he wants to maybe start one. And he said he wants to go on them. And he asked if he could go on this one. And I was like, dude, hell yes. We've been saying questions, comments, concerns. You want to come on? If you have anything you want to say, just want to come on the podcast and share your story and talk, hit us up in the DMs. And he did. First and only person so far to hit us up in the DMs talking about it. And I tell you what, this has been one of my... Well, I can't say that because then Austin and XC Girl might be like... This has been one of my top 3 episodes by far. By far. This has been one of the best episodes that we've had. And Jason set up the episode with Izzy. I set up this one in the episode with Austin. But I tell you what, guys. Having people on this show makes it so much more fun. And you don't need a lot to start a podcast. Put yourself out there with content. Do it. It's just nice to talk, That's what this entire thing was about. We decided that there wasn't enough content for people that was, the same age as Jason and I in, early 20s. So why not? Let's just do it. Let's just talk about whatever. And we have so far. We talked about a little bit about frozen pizza tonight. We talked about fan bases into Twitter tonight. Everybody's on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you probably aren't watching this podcast. But it's been absolutely wild ride. And CircleHerk, we really appreciate you being on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me on. And I was actually waiting for you guys to say that earlier when we started the show so that I could say you guys are fucking idiots for having me on. You should have never had me fucking on.
No, actually, one of the names one of the names we were contemplating was actually Finn and the Idiot. The Idiots. But you've been easily one of the top 3 guests. Out of all 3, you're one of the top 3.
Thank you very much. And I want to know, I think last week you gave a little teaser at there was a anime that you wanted to offer up to me. I think that you said that, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that here.
Now,
Jason's got a story to finish. Jason's got a story to finish, and then we'll get into thoughts.
I want to piggyback basically off of where you talk about the premise of how this all happened. In my honest opinion, and I haven't really heard from anybody else about this, but the way I view this is that the reason why this works is because you don't have to be somebody you're not. Like, when we have guests on here, that's who they are in real life. Like, we don't have a script. Like, that is the biggest thing that when we planned this out in early, what was it?
At 3 a.m.
Yeah, sometime
in a Discord call.
Sometime, I think it was like in late October, mid-October, when we planned out that we were going to do this. It was imperative that we made sure that we were having fun. We didn't know where this was going to go. We didn't know how we were going to feel about this at the end of 2020. We were going to reevaluate and reassess once the year ended and see these things. But to see it grow in really ways that I never really expected it to grow at all, and to see that we've had 3 guests on, mostly thanks to Finn, because Finn is the one who's carrying, he is the one carrying this show in the podcast. And I'm being 100% honest. Like, he could, when I joked about earlier on when we started, like, this is the Blues Clues, like I am Steve going off to college, and CircleHerk is Joe coming in and taking over for a bit. That's a joke, but at the same time, that could be a serious thing. So, like, Finn and CircleHerk could really carry this podcast. I'm gonna say that.
Thumbs up for Jason in the chat, baby.
I'm not trying to downplay me at all. I really am not. But Finn has been really hard at work with, getting these subject matters or what we're gonna talk about and getting people on. I've been more of the how are we gonna produce it? How is it gonna be run? The overlays that you see on your screen, those are minimal effort, but those are created by me. How we transition from intros to the actual show to the closing it, that's all done by me. I've created the music for the show, and I think it's really taken off in ways that I never really thought was going to be possible or would actually happen. And it just felt right to take these technical sides of things and be like, hey, we need to do this, or I need to do this for the show to make it more of a better experience for the viewers, I feel like. And I guess that's where my background with working on stages and theaters beforehand and being knowledgeable about music and stuff like that has I think in a way made this platform work. And as we reach the end of the show and at the end of the year, really I got to thank, I'm gonna talk to my camera now. I got to thank all you guys that really were here. Specifically, Sans Dressing has been here, I think, every single episode. Austin J. Roberts has been a very, very big supporter of our podcast. CircleHerk, honestly, I was absolutely shocked when you DM'd me after last week's show. I get shocked every time anybody new follows me because I'm such a smaller individual, lesser known. So I'm kind of glad that this is kind of coming about, and I'm kind of forming these connections with other people, especially on the Twitter, universe, I would say, and what Finn specifically has going on, because he's the one kind of been carrying me too. Garbage Sheep has been a really good supporter of our podcast. XC Girl, and I think XC Girl, Izzy, you've been great. And Sweetly Dying has been another supporter that kind of came in the second half of us recording. Let me just take a look at our viewers right now. Commander Root has been also a lurker. He's been here almost every single episode too. And same thing with Thicker. Thicker's been kind of like a lurker too. So we've had, honestly, we don't always have the most consistent chat interactions, but we do have those consistent viewers. And we thank you guys for, deciding on a Thursday night at 10:30 Eastern time that, you know what, I'm going to tune into this podcast. And I never know how long this podcast is going to last, but I'm going to tune in and watch. And a lot of you guys stay for the entire thing. That I don't know. To me, and I can't really speak for Finn because I don't know where his head is at. I'm not him. I don't want to speak for him. It shows that there's potential here, and it shows that, we, like, you guys are the best. Like, you guys are, like, supporting the smaller streamers, the smaller content creators goes a long way, because you could always just go to, I don't know, I'll pick on Jordan Bohannon, I guess. You can always go to Jordan Bohannon and watch his podcast, or you could go over to, like, the bigger podcast. You could, like, listen to a Dan Patrick show if you want sports. Or you can listen if you're interested in the super sexy time, Call Her Daddy by Barstool Sports. Like, you could,
or if you're misogynistic, you could watch Joe Rogan podcast.
You could do that. Yeah, you could do anything better with your time. You could go to sleep on a Thursday night this late. But the fact that you guys come in and say, I'm gonna go to Twitch. And it could be, most people go to YouTube. Most people, there's still a lot of people that don't know what the hell Twitch is. But I'm going to go to Twitch, and I'm going to watch
Twitch.tv/crunchbar33.
Exactly that. And I'm going to watch two dudes talk about whatever the hell they're going to talk about today, because they never really know what they're going to talk about until they go live.
One looks like if you turn sideways, he'd disappear. And the other one's got cake to spare.
And that's CircleHerk. So
I feel like CircleHerk might have a little bit of cake.
Oh my god! I mean, listen, it's not even considered cake at this point.
Is it like one of those tiered wedding cakes?
I'm about fourth tier. Wedding cake.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That. Ooh. Huh. That's thick with 6 C's. That is what we.
It's been awesome. It's been an awesome show. It's been. I'll be honest with you. I was super tired today, extremely tired, and was like on the verge of falling asleep around 8:30 today. But then I got up and I got to make this overlay real quickly, and I got to make this intro for today's episode. And honestly, I'm glad that we did this episode. I didn't know what to expect, because I'm kind of one of those people that's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel about new people, because new people, like, these people don't know me, but they know Finn, so I'm going to let Finn carry the show.
CircleHerk and I didn't know each other before this episode.
Really?
No.
No, I actually know you guys the exact same, because I watch the archive version on YouTube. So, actually, fuck Finn. My favorite person is Jason. I love Jason. That's my thing.
Dude, my favorite person is Jason.
Yeah, right.
Oh, stop it.
Fuck Finn.
What? I made the fucking. I made this.
You made that. You made that for you.
Yeah, I drew this and colored it in.
I'm gonna be honest, CircleHerk. When you showed that, I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. That's true.
I thought you were like, okay, never. He's never allowed on here.
No. I'm one of those like free like. So Sans Dressin and Sweetly Dying know me in person, and I don't even know how they found out about this podcast. I don't remember if I told them about it or not, but
Facebook.
Maybe even that. I'm not entirely sure, but they know that what you're seeing at least I hope they know that what you're seeing on the podcast is what you get in real life. If anything, I'm quieter in real life. I'm really like shy and socially awkward. But I appreciate the dedication.
Oh shit! There you go.
I have broken Finn.
No,
I have broken Finn.
This is nothing like you. I feel like doing this has brought you out of your shell even more. It's crazy.
I think it's probably my fault. I think I'm
right.
Well, but listen, but it's not like any other episode. Like he did puke on my shoes at that bar.
It's fair. No, that's very fair.
And CircleHerk, I don't know if I ever did apologize, but I do want to apologize for that. I'm so sorry because I mean
look, man, his shoes were white. They're orange now. Thanks to you.
I'm over it.
I was at a bar.
He had to become a Syracuse fan.
I had a very acidic drink, and I mistook the line at the girls' bathroom for the men's restroom, and then I was just like,
I had to change my name on Twitter.
Yeah. I was just like, I just gotta hurl. I can't. I'm sorry.
Everybody saw him and was like, "You're the guy."
Yeah. I'm not proud of it. But I mean, it's college. What are you gonna do?
No, thank you guys so much for having me on. This is ridiculous. Like I said earlier, before we even went live, this was like the first time that I was excited. I was like, it's like Christmas. It was like Christmas morning to me. I was like, I can't fucking wait. What day is it? It's Thursday. They're not going live till 9:30. Well, let's go live on 6. Like, let's go. Like, I couldn't wait. So thank you guys so much for having me. And I love your guys' podcast. I love your guys' the title is so perfect. XC Girl was on last weekend. Go check her out. And it was so perfect. Everything fit so good. Everything was rolling so well and fit so well. So go check these guys out. They're perfect. They're perfect because they're not perfect, and that is the Unperfect Podcast. Check them out.
Seeing as how it's the last live show of the year, we really do appreciate each and every one of you that watch, especially those that actually do reach out, like CircleHerk.
Hi, yo.
Hearing anything, negative feedback, positive feedback, it doesn't matter. It makes us feel so good because I'm somebody who's very numbers obsessed. For those of you that don't know, the Twitter account for the Around the Corn podcast, I'm the main one that will be tweeting out from that account, and I'm very numbers obsessed. The most numbers that I will ever get will be making fun of Iowa. Praising Iowa doesn't get good numbers. Praising Iowa State doesn't get good numbers. Making fun of Nebraska doesn't get good numbers. Praising Nebraska gets the worst numbers. You know what gets really good numbers? Making fun of Iowa. Not even making fun of Iowa State. That doesn't get good numbers. But making fun of Iowa does. I've become very numbers oriented over the past probably 6 months. And I came to Jason with this idea mostly because I was like, I need something that I can stop worrying with. So I don't stress so much about numbers. Like right now we have 3 viewers on Twitch. I really don't give a shit. I couldn't care less. We could have 1 viewer on Twitch, and that 1 viewer would be because I'm on Twitch on my phone watching the podcast so that I have the chat. Could be you. You never know. I had to give CircleHerk our Twitch. Fun fact. But I'm pretty sure he followed. Yeah, he followed last episode. Pretty sure. But I appreciate everybody that watches, that gives feedback, that just makes an effort to pretend that they care. Because it makes it feel like it's worth it. Making content is fun. But it's only fun when you have a reason to do it. And everybody that has reached out to us, whether in chat or on Twitter, has given me a good reason to want to continue this into 2021. I said to Jason when we started this, let's go through the end of 2020. And if we're feeling it, let's keep going. And he said, sure, why not? I don't know if he expected us to feel like it was going to be worth it to continue into 2021. But I said to myself, I feel like I'm going to find a reason. So whether I have Jason or not, I'm going to continue it into 2021. And I don't know, Jason, do you think that we have a reason to keep going?
We definitely have a reason. Why stop now when we're still growing? And honestly, we could have people come back on. Having Austin on was fucking amazing.
Austin wants to do it again. Austin said he wants to do it again this.
Oof.
Put me and Austin on at the same time.
Honestly, if we want to have 2 guests on at the same time, that would be amazing. CircleHerk.
Yes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
You're welcome back. Also, this is awesome.
I love you. I love you guys so much, and I have to piss so bad, so I'm gonna bail. But listen, anybody.
So CircleHerk, do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, anybody who puts out content, keep going. It's the most important thing of all time. If you think that you have a product, put it out. Strive for it. It's brilliant. Don't look backwards. Look forwards. Have your friends on it and look forward. It's great. And I love this. I love the title of the show. I love the aspect of it, the entire idea of it. So I love it so much. And also, don't allow Finn to change his clothes when it's because that's bullshit. He looked like trash, dude. He looked like trash, and then we all dressed this way, and then he's like, "Oh, we changed my clothes," and he looked fucking stupid, and now he looks cool. So don't.
Oh yeah, I was wearing my level up hoodie from Facebook.
No, he had a fucking pilgrim hat on. It was a whole. It was a whole thing.
You got me. I was actually wearing.
It was all. Thank you so much for having me on. I can't thank you guys enough.
It was
thank you so much.
It was fucking amazing. Go follow CircleHerk on Twitter at CircleHerk. It'll definitely be worth it. Go follow him.
Probably easily top 3 Iowa Hawkeye account in my opinion. No particular order. Him, Holly, Austin. Which reminds me, everybody, go follow Austin J. Rob on Twitter. Hit up those DMs. Guy, girl, dog, doesn't matter. He'll love it. So, CircleHerk's going to go pee, which means he's going to disconnect from the call. We're going to finish up with Jason's final thoughts, and I'm going to hit you up with the anime of the week and my final thoughts. CircleHerk, we really appreciate you coming on the show. It was so much fun, man.
Really, honestly, what a way to end our run here in 2020. It was so good, so good. I can't
go take the absolute fattest piss that you have ever taken. You deserve it.
Keep that. I implore you to please keep that cake sign. Please keep it. It's amazing.
I'm gonna send it to you. Just put it as a fucking intro.
Yeah, that's so good. That is so good.
Yeah.
No, actually, I will stay and be good. So I want to hear it because I want to hear the intro. I want to hear the
anime
recommendation. Yeah, anime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jason. Any final thoughts?
One quick thought that maybe I'm gonna try to make this quick, but just again, thank you to all the viewers. Today's December 17th. Thank you to Sweetly Dying for for December 17th. She's been around here for a month. It's been awesome. Sweetly Dying, I think you know what that means. I hope you know what that means. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So now it's time for Finn's anime of the week. This is one of my absolute favorite animes of all time. It is easily top 3. RE0 would be my favorite. And then it is a tie between this one and Konosuba. Konosuba because it just hits you over the top of the head with sexual humor. And it's like just college toilet humor. Not even trying to be like fan servicey. It's just hilarious. This show, for those of you that don't know, I'm a really big fan of isekai anime. Isekai anime are where the main character is transported to another world. but I'm also very subjective with my isekai anime. I need it to be good for me to actually be into it. I've seen probably 30 that I've watched one episode and I'm like, this shit sucks. One of the worst shows I've ever watched. Fun fact, I also have to pee really bad, so I'm going to try and keep this pretty brief. This show is called The Saga of Tanya the Evil. So, the basic synopsis is, a man gets transported into a world where he's in the body of a 9-year-old girl who finds that she has magic power. Dude, I saw that look. You looked at the screen, you were like, wait, what?
It froze.
Oh no.
You're good. You're good on my end.
Does she look like that?
A little bit. Imagine blonde hair and then it's perfect.
Sorry.
But, oh my word. This 9-year-old girl finds out that she has magic powers, becomes a leader in the military of this world. And basically, instead of being set in a medieval setting like most isekai anime are, suddenly you've got this show that's set in the middle of fucking World War One. It's basically World War One without.
Keep talking.
I just have to point out here, CircleHerk, that's
some good ass.
That's
hair.
a good looking dude here. We got a good looking dude on the show.
That is some good ass hair.
I mean, I'm okay.
Dude, red hair is nice.
We got a good looking
red
guy on the show.
Shit, that explains why I flirt with Austin so much. Fuck.
He's in the red. You got a redhead kink. Not kink, sorry. Not a kink, sorry. Type.
No, it's true though. That might be the most attractive man I've ever seen. But oh my god. Oh god. But no. The Saga of Tanya the Evil is basically set in World War, but without all of the historical accuracy. And it's a show that only has, I think, one season currently. They're working on a second season, but it also has a movie. And the movie ties in very, very much directly with the first season. And it is chaotic. It is a mess. It is. What? Oh, we're busting out glasses? Oh, yeah? We're doing that? Oh, yeah? I can do that too.
What are you talking about?
Hold up. Hold.
I got those glasses. They even got the blade coating.
I'll go Dr. Disrespect on your ass.
Speed, momentum, violence.
Momentum. Violence.
I'm fucking edgelord here.
Dude, okay. The Saga of Tanya the Evil, though, one of my favorite animes that I've ever watched. It is just chaotic. It is a mess. It is wild. I watched it and I could not stop. It's one of the 4 big isekai anime. Those being Overlord, Konosuba, The Saga of Tanya the Evil, and RE0. Those are the 4 biggest ones. The Saga of Tanya the Evil, RE0 are considered to be the 2 shows that kind of created the current trend of isekai anime being a thing. And it is 100% worth a watch. It reminds me so much of just reading your Twitter feed.
Really?
Because everything feels like you're going to war, except it's so chaotic. You're like, wait, is this supposed to be funny? Or is this supposed to be, like, painful?
Really? I love that, dude. That's awesome. That's fucking amazing. You said that last week, and I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm never going to watch any of this goddamn anime shit. You know, I was like, there's no way that, like, means anything to me. But that I might. Yeah, that's fucking great. And I can watch that probably on Crunchyroll.
You can find Tanya the Evil on Crunchyroll.com.
Wow, that's awesome.
Or on Verve.co.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you. That means a lot. That's very thoughtful. That's very thoughtful.
I've been saving that one for probably a month. When you DM'd me and you were like, "Hey man, can I? Do you think that I could come on the podcast?" I was like, "Holy shit! I have an anime that fits it."
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. That's crazy.
There's only it's. Yeah, I was excited. I was so excited. I was like bursting at the seam.
I will check it out now. I was going to tell you to fuck off, but but now I'll check it out. I was like, fuck anime, like whatever, dude. Even though I draw things that are like anime,
right.
But I'm like, fuck that shit.
Legit, I was the exact same way until, and I think I said New Year's episode.
That's great.
The New Year's episode explains how I got into anime. And the first ever anime series that I watched was a show called The Promised Neverland, which to you, I highly recommend because you are a mentally stable person. At least I assume so.
I got you, bastard.
If you like the saga of Tanya the Evil, I believe that you'll like The Promised Neverland. The animation's really good. The storyline's really, really good. For the first season, I'm worried about the second season from what I've heard about the manga series from other people because I don't read manga. Fuck that. I'm not that into it. I just like watching TV. But that's the first anime series that I watched. And I was like, all right, I think that I can get into this. Especially like sad stuff. Sad stuff tends to be written best, in my opinion, because they actually have to put thought, know?
It just hits harder.
Yeah. But that's Finn's Anime of the Week. My final thoughts are really appreciate Jason for the entirety of this, past 2 months?
3 months. 2 months. We've done 8 live episodes and we've done 7 backlogs.
It's been absolutely wild. We are going to be taking next week. We will be taking Christmas off because I could not stay awake last night trying to record that episode. I fell asleep on my keyboard after I hung up on Jason.
It also just didn't make much sense to have an episode on Christmas either. So
it's just like doing a Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
What are you gonna talk about? What to give dudes for gifts? Fuck that. Give them underwear. They'll like it. Give them underwear. Give them a dress shirt. Who really gives a shit as a dude?
Hell,
right?
give me a fucking man thong as a joke.
I don't care. But really appreciate Jason for putting up with me for the past 2 months. Me and my shenanigans. Just making fun of him for 8 weeks. CircleHerk, we really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you for asking. That was the
love
greatest.
Both you guys, amazing. I mean, thanks, Finn, for being like responsive on Twitter, and thanks, Jason, for being the guy who can like facilitate the whole thing. You guys are amazing. Keep it going. You guys don't look back. It's amazing. Keep going.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And folks, we will be back with live episodes either the 3rd or the 4th week of 2021. I don't know the dates. Fuck that. I'm too lazy to look it up. We really appreciate each and every one of you that are watching this live on Twitch.
Yeah, still to this, it is the next day, and there's still 3 of you watching. So actually, I will call you out right now. Actually, it says for me on Twitch 3, but in the users here, we got Cake. That honestly has made my day. Thank you so much for that, CircleHerk. Thank you so much for the cake. But thank you still to 2 hours and almost 35 minutes in. Thank you to Commander Root. Thank you to Sadie's Saddest Kitty, Sweetly Dying,
Sadist.
And it's Saddest Kitty, Sweetly Dying, and Thicker. Thank you so much. You guys are troopers for really sticking around for this long.
Thanks, guys.
But with that, all I'm gonna say is phase the fuck up and roll clones.
And for the very last time in 2020, roll credits. We'll see you in 2021.